Isn't Monday everybody's favorite day of the week? I think it is. I'm excited about this Monday because we got Mrs. Bricksie here. She's going to be here for the majority of this week. We started our morning off by, the standard morning stuff, dropped our kids off at daycare, and then we took 2 separate vehicles. I zipped over to Uline, picked up a Uline order. Mrs. Bricksie came here. She's working on shipping. I could watch that all day. It's awesome. But we're going to ship as a squad because now we have the right material here. And you know what? I'm pretty excited about something here. It came for free with the Uline order because we exceeded the threshold. Uline always gives like GWPs on a scale, so you can get different things for free depending on the size of your order. And check out what I got for free. First off, we've got the 6x4x4 boxes, the 12x9x4s, and the 12x9x2s. Oh my gosh, you know what? These ones actually cost more than these, even though these ones are 2 inches bigger in the height department. Isn't that weird? It must be because they manufacture and distribute a lot more of these. So it's like economies of scale. You know what I mean by that? Yeah. So these are going to be perfect for magazines though, because I don't have to fill in like all the fluff. So you can put magazines and figures and multiple figures in there. Sometimes you just, you don't want to ship a bigger box because you don't want to ship a bigger box. So you pay a little bit more for a smaller box. But check these out. This is my GWP right here. We got a pack of socks. Tape gun. That is so cool. Sure, they're Uline branded socks, but it's like Top Gun, but it says tape gun on it. Look at that. He's looking at the tape gun there. And this one is Uline shipping things. That's so funny. What's the last one? I don't even know. Oh my gosh, it's Ron Burgundy. Our huge selection is kind of a big deal. It's perfect. Got some nice working socks here for the studio for the cold months. I'm digging it. Although my feet are going to be a walking advertisement, literally. And last but definitely not least, 36 rolls of packing tape. You got to buy 36 of them to get them for the right price, but it is what it is. Now we've got tons of tape. Hey, Jose. Check out my new socks.
That's your gift with purchase?
That's my gift with purchase, yeah.
Tape gun. Shipping things. Oh gosh.
Like
oh
that?
God.
Ron Burgundy. It's kind of a big deal. Those are great.
That's so extra.
Okie dokie, everybody. Got it all cleaned up. Yeah! There's no more shipping boxes everywhere. That feels good. That feels real good. Well, I guess there's still some shipping boxes down here, but Mrs. Brixie's putting them in the storage area there. So that's good. Remember when people told me to make that a shower room? No, we need places to store cardboard. But we got all the shipments ready to go, and they are right over here by the back door, just waiting for Canada Post to arrive once again. Thank goodness for Canada Post pickups. Oh my gosh. There we go. Yeah, got them all ready. Awesome. Oh yeah, smaller ones are in here. I was like, oh no, we forgot a bunch of them, but they're all in there. Beauty. So now I need to decide what I'm going to work on next. So last time I worked on the city, I put everything that was down here, that's the residential stuff, up top there. And I think today I'm going to continue working on that. I think the number one thing that needs to happen in regards to having buildings of any type up top there is the fact that you need road access. Like, vehicles need to get up there. So I'm probably going to shift gears here, and I'm going to work on a Lego City vehicle project, which involves that road ramp. I meant to do that last week, but then I shifted things around again, and I think that needs to get done. I think it's going to be nice having the botanical garden in the foreground because it's going to be nice and luscious and beautiful, full of flowers and all that different type of stuff, right in behind the zoo. And that can sort of carry over into the zoo because, of course, these rock panels behind the zoo are going to get further developed so that they look similar to this, but maybe with a bit more like green, you know? So I think it's going to carry over quite nicely, and I think the front facade is going to look cool. I still don't know what to do with those Ninjago buildings, though. I'm still thinking they should remain where they are, or if that takes up too much space for those mountains, then what I should do is take another platform, put it here, a little bit lower, similar to the height of the residential platform. You can see how it's a little bit lower, a couple inches I think it is, and put it right down there, and then the mountain can come down and continue behind Ninjago, and Ninjago is right there, and the vehicles can still pass underneath Ninjago, and that will make this mountain an interesting shape because it'll sort of bulge out here. I'm sort of leaning toward that. However, that involves more woodworking, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I'll do more woodworking in the future, but I think I'm gonna do that just because I honestly think that that makes sense, right? I think that makes sense. Maybe what I could do is put the modular buildings there, or the buildings there, to try and visualize what that looks like before I cut the wood. Oh, one of the reasons why I didn't want to do that is because we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, we have enough. We have enough space. Yeah. So I have to put them on a raised platform because the tunnel has to go underneath. But I can't just put them there if I want to fit the buildings between the tunnel, even if I move this over. If the tunnel's there, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 between the train tunnel, but this is actually 5.5 base splits. 1, 3, 4.5, 5.5. So that's why I thought it didn't fit. The only way it fits is if I put an elevated platform in here, which I think would look very cool. And if I do it the same height as that, I think the Lego math works, and I think that'll work out quite nicely. Whoa, sorry, Monster Fighters mobile. But yeah, I think I'm gonna work on this today. And I think that'll be pretty cool. Something else I wanna do today is go to the Lego store. It's been a while since I've been to the Lego store. I wanna get some of the Books Are My Passion GWP. I feel like that's a really good Lego Ideas GWP, and the threshold isn't too high. It's only 170 Canadian. So I sort of want to see if I can go to Lego store and maybe scoop up one of those. And then I also want to check out Bricks and Pieces with Mrs. Bricksie today. That's on the Lego website, of course. But I want to check that out just to see if there's anything that we can get and get some parts and get the GWP at the same time, and we get our VIP points. So I think that'll make sense. And then other things that Mrs. Bricksie and I have to do today is we have to email Amazon because we ordered those magazines. We only got 29 of the 30 that we ordered. And then we're going to order probably like another 60 for those 6-time magazines with me in them. Pretty cool. And I think it's really going to be about our day, because building that vehicle thing is going to take quite a bit of time. At least we got the shipping done. So task number 1 done. Excellent. Ready to move on. Look at this lady though. She's the storage room.
This place is driving me crazy.
Is it?
It was. Not anymore. Now it's beautiful.
Nice. It is a beautiful room full of boxes, I must say. Well, I've been using so many of them. That's why it looks beautiful now. It's because we've been using so many of them. Hey, thank you so much. It was a mess. You're right. There's all the oddball ones that make it a mess, like all these oddball Amazon ones. But yeah, we'll get it figured out. Maybe it's time to recycle the computer boxes. Those take up like a whole shelf. That's 3 computer boxes up there. Either way, I'm gonna get working on this road ramp. One more thing actually before I get started on that. Actually, a couple things. So today we took separate vehicles because I wanted to go to Uline and then we had to do the shipping, and I didn't know how long I would be here for. But then I came up with the idea that maybe we should go to the Lego store today, because books are my passion. Maybe that Lego Ideas GWP isn't going to last a long time. Even though it's running until November 11th, maybe they sell out. It's better to go there when they're originally released. So Mrs. Bricksie and I were like, okay, well, maybe we can go do that together and we can take the same vehicle to work today. But then it was like, Yeah, but we don't know when Canada Post is going to get here. And if you want to leave at 3:30 to pick up the kids by 4, it's not really going to give us much time because we don't know when Canada Post is going to be here. What if Canada Post arrives at 3? Well, then we're going to be like in a time crunch, and you can't risk that. But if it weren't for that, I was telling Mrs. Bricksie that, what we should do is go out for lunch, go for like a date day. Go out for lunch, enjoy that, do some other things around the mall, and go to the Lego store. And that would be a pretty cool day. But Canada Post just snuffed out that idea. They snuffed that torch, like Jeff from Survivor. It's all good, though. And another thing I was thinking is, having children and putting them in daycare and stuff is an interesting thing. And one thing that I would like to do, one thing that's going to make that so much easier for me is, or for both of us, is actually changing our lifestyle. Because me, I'm a night owl. I think the reason I'm a night owl is because I used to work till 9 o'clock at night, and sometimes I still work till 9 o'clock at night, so I come home and I don't want to go straight to sleep. So for that reason, I'm a night owl. But back in the day, I used to stay up till like 2, 3 in the morning sometimes. Like, it was just ridiculous. And then I'd be all groggy in the morning, and I'm still a groggy guy in the morning. I'm not a morning person. But I think that's all that concept I think needs to change, because I think it would be better if I was a morning person. So for example, the kids, they get up at 7:30. So I want to wake up at 7. So I set my alarm for 7, and I'm this guy that just continuously hits snooze. And then I'm finally rolling out of bed at 7:30 in the morning when the kids are up. And then I'm like all groggy and I'm sort of exhausted and they need your attention and you're doing it all tired. And it's like, that's probably not ideal, but for some reason I just can't get myself out of bed. I don't know what the deal is. So a life change that I want to make is I want to start waking up at like 6:30 in the morning. These are kids, they're like scheduled, they don't get up till 7:30. That's when they sleep until. So it'd be nice if I could get up at 6:30, shower, get ready, do all that stuff, ungrog myself, go downstairs, brew a coffee, have a coffee, eat some breakfast, and just be like, ready to go. So then when I go get my kids when they wake up at 7:30, I think the morning would just be like so much better. But I don't know what it is. I can't change this habit of like sleeping in and not being a morning person. There's nothing wrong with not being a morning person because you get more done later on in the day, but I definitely need to change that. That's one habit that I want to improve. It's becoming a morning person. I think that would just be a game changer for us. Imagine if I was getting up at like 6. Imagine how much you could accomplish between 6 and 7:30 when the kids get up. Like, it would just be a game changer. But then also, shoe on the other foot, if you get up at 6, you're tired by like 9. So then you're like, oh, and you fall asleep at 9, right? So you miss out on some hockey game action. You miss out on all the goodness that happens between 9 and 11 or 11:30, right? So it's give and take. Luckily for us, we're self-employed, so we sort of have the flexibility of working whenever we want. But I think waking up earlier would be a game changer. That's the random thought today in this episode of Bricksie Talks. Pretty random, hey? Jose's giving me the eyes like, what? Don't you agree, though? Yeah, she does. Come on. It would be game changing, I'm telling you. I've got to make this change. It's my goal to make this change within the next month. I am going to be a 6:30 a.m. riser, no matter what. I've never been like a spring out of bed 6:30 a.m. riser, but I want to be. I think it's just going to be like awesome. Yeah. Good talk. So I pulled those road plates there, and I think I've come up with a pretty cool plan. It's going to be pretty neat, everybody. I'm pretty fired up for that. It's going to be like the craziest road that I've ever built. Now, in addition to that, I also lowered the Ninjago buildings to start to visualize what this might look like. And I think if I get those on a platform, and if we have mountains in behind that, you replace those platform coverings with the foot of the mountain, and you've got waterfalls and stuff running down off the mountains in behind Ninjago, I think that is going to be the ultimate solution. They're going to be raised up, a pool of water around them, and then the mountains continue down here, and then we have more downtown core right here. And Ninjago is sort of part of that downtown core, but it's also isolated on the first section of mountain, And then on the second section of mountain behind, which is a lot taller, we can have ridges where we have like the Ninjago temples. That's why I've placed those temples and also the Dragonstone shrine in behind that. Now this is going to give us more room for our mountains. It's still going to include Ninjago in the mountains, however at a different height, and also it's going to make the mountain a more interesting shape. Now when I put this raised platform in there, it's going to have to stretch from end to end. So there will be a tunnel that goes underneath the section, so I'll probably just move that tunnel, right? Like the tunnel that we already have built. We can modify it and pull it forward so it's right there and integrated into the mountain which comes down here. And then it's going to go end to end, so it's going to come over here as well. Hopefully the wood, if I put a leg right here, hopefully the wood can support it. I don't think this is going to be like on the edge because we're going to do some blending and stuff here. And then I can take this and pull it forward as well. So we'll have the train tunnel starting here, the road tunnel starting over there, nice mountain with the Ninjago on the lower platform, and then the grand mountain in behind. That is the solution. I'm not even asking questions anymore. I think this is what we're going to run with. I really like the concept of having the residential up here with the botanical garden in the front, overlooking the zoo. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Once we get it all detailed and this road ramp going up, beautiful as well. Once you get the mountain built and the platform inserted and the mountain down there, waterfalls running down, feeding into it. We got a nice downtown core over here, an extension of this stuff. Beautiful. I still need to figure out how we're going to feed this canal. And I still need to figure out what's going to happen to that creek there. I still might just switch that over here and then rebuild these new. So take all that work, bring it over there, rebuild that new. All these raised platform coverings are pretty much trash now. I won't trash them unless I need the parts, but I spent so long rebuilding them all, it's funny. Unless I do raised platforms here instead of a foot of the mountain. I could bring these and put it in front of Ninjago, so then it goes straight up and it doesn't take as much space away from here, because if I do a mountain, it'll probably come out to there, whereas the raised platform can just go right up vertical. Haven't decided that yet, but hey, I think this is really positive. It took me a few different movements and a few different concepts and renditions of what I want to do with these Ninjago buildings to finally get it right, but I think that is the solution, and I'm really happy with that because we have more space for modular buildings, more space for Ninjago, more space for mountains, more space for residential, and a beautiful botanical garden overlooking a beautiful zoo. I think that's all going to flow very nicely. Ha! I'm excited this morning. What a Monday it has been already. But you know what? I better stop talking, even though this is called Bricksie Talks. There's been a lot of comments saying, hey man, like, what's going on with your channel? It's not even about Lego. We're seeing your kids and stuff. I'm like, hey man, like, this is Bricksie Talks. I think what's happening is this channel is like populating on people's recommended, and they click on the video and they think it's just the regular Bricksie channel, but it's not. Gotcha. But yeah, I'm gonna get building that awesome road ramp there. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please remember to like, subscribe, wake up earlier, and have yourselves a fantastic day. Bye for now.